Hi all, welcome to John's Model Making. Today I'm carrying on with the Citroen C4. We have stages 3, 4 and hopefully 5 where we start with the engine. There's number 3, that's the rear of the car, that looks superb. Number 4 is here, this spoiler, the Citroen C4 on. That's one of the doors, that comes in pack 10, that, much later in the build. And then stage 5 we've got the engine. So let's have a quick look at the instructions and get on with the build. Okay then, here we have stage 3, hatchback door and steering wheel. There we go. Pop the steering wheel with the steering shaft and then we can put the top on. So we need CM screw for the steering wheel and air vent 4 of for the rear of the car. And then in stage 4 we have rear spoiler and logo. There we go, so upper rear spoiler, lower rear spoiler left separator and right spoiler right separator. And then we have the Citroen logo times 2, left bonnet pin, right bonnet pin ring times 2, and CP and KP screws. Those release mechanisms again. But anyway, there we go. As we'll go through this, there we go. So that is what we've already done. Put those retainers on. And then we put the spoiler together, and that is final result. Excellent. So there are the parts. Let's get on with the build. Okay, let's get the parts out of here. There we go. There's that top. There's the interior. There's the rear of the car. That looks beautiful. Excellent. That's the interior. Obviously we'll cover that. That is the steering wheel. Look at that, that looks brilliant, that. So much detail. The definition's fantastic as well. Well, basically we can start with this. This is D-shaped, so it will only go in one way. And we secure that with a CM screw. Okay, I've got the CM screw. All I do is pop the shaft in here. Like I said before, it is D-shaped, so it will only go in one way. Just ram it in. There we go, as far as it'll go. And then we get one screw, bit of oil on it. There we go. Brilliant, excellent. Now we need 4 AFM screws, because this will go over the top. You can see 1, 2, 3, 4 screws. There's 2 location pegs as well. So we'll get that lined up like that. Excellent, there we go. Clicks into place. Brilliant stuff. And we just need to screw that down now. Okay, hold that like that. We'll get the first screw. There we go, excellent. That's all 4 screws in place. So there we go, that is stage 3. Let's move on to stage 4. There we go, those are the parts. So we have the upper rear spoiler, the lower rear spoiler, and then we have the rear spoiler left separator and the right separator. And then we have the Citroen logo. There's 2 of these, of course. Left bonnet pin, right bonnet pin. There we go. And then we got the pin rings. And we need CP and KP screws. Okie doke, first thing we need to do is to pop these into place. This is the right one. This will be 4G. There is 2 pegs for that, so you can pop it just like that and then get one of these little clips, and hopefully we'll get the clip there like so, and we can now press this into place with the clip in a situ. There we go. Quicken that release mechanism for the bonnet. So with this one, this has an L on it, so you can't really go wrong. This is 4F. Again, 2 pegs. One is bigger than the other, so you can't really get it the wrong way around. So there's it. But you can, if you don't press it in properly, it will drop out. Get that lined up there. There we go. That weren't too bad. Always a little bit fiddly with them. Hope we don't have too many more of them to do. Right, now we need the logo. Now the logo is basically just these two arrowheads, and we can fit that one there, and the other one will go underneath, just like that. Excellent. That's looking cool. Both of them are the same. 4E. Right, let's do the spoilers. Okay, now we need 4A, 4D and 4C, and we need KP screws. Now, don't get these mixed up. That will go there like so, and now we need a KP screw. So holding that like that, I just have to change screwdrivers. This is a thinner one for this KP screw. Let's get it down there. There we go, that's that nicely in place. And then this one will do exactly the same. Another KP screw. There we go. Excellent. Okay, now we need 4B, which is this spoiler. Pop that there, like so, and let's see, get this side in. That goes there. There we go. And we need CP screws, 4 of. There we go. That's all 4 screws in place. So there we go, that is the rear spoiler. Looking just like that. Looking fantastic. Excellent stuff. So there we go. So that's stage 4 completed. There we go. Those are the parts for the engine. This is stage 5, of course. We start off with the left engine unit, the oil filter, and then we have the oil filter base. We have hose 1, which is 40mm, and then and this is left side of the plateau. We have a 90mm hose, oil pump 1 and 2, these two, and then we have a strap. That is the strap, which is 5i. Then 5J is another 90mm pipe, and then we have hose 30mm, 50mm, elbow 1, elbow 2, pipe 1 and pipe 2. Okay, done. Now we need 5A, 5B and 5C. That's 5A, these are 5B and 5C. This is the oil filter. This will pop into there. It is keyhole shaped. There we go. That's how that goes. And then we need to pop it into here. That position like that. Just flip that over and get a CP screw in to keep that in place. Excellent. Right, next we need 5D, which is this hose pipe. Should be 40mm or thereabouts. Wiggle that on to the end of that connection on that base. We can leave it just like that for now. Okay, now we need 5E, which is this piece. There we go, that fits just there like so. We need to flip that over and connect 2 CP screws, 1, 2. There we go, excellent. Right, now we need 5F. There we go. It is longer than 90mm, this one, but it fits on that little pip just here. May have to glue that back on. Right, next we need 5H and 5G. These two are just the push fit connection. You can see there's connections there and connections here, but they're rounded, so you want them to be facing up. This will snap into place just like that, and then we fit this onto here. There we go, that way around. Excellent. There we go, that's 5H and 5G. Brilliant. Next we need this strap, which is 5I. There's 2 D-shaped connections, one here and one down there on 5A. Okay, let's see if we can get this strap into place and keep a firm grip on it. It is a D-shaped connection, like I said before, so that will go into here, and then it's just a matter of trying to force it down. There we go, that's gone great. Right, We flip this round and pop it into the other D-shaped connection. There we go. That's the strap in place. Excellent. Fiddly, but it's in. Brilliant. Okay, next we need the second 90mm pipe, which will go onto this connection just here. Wiggle, wiggle, wiggle. There we go. That's perfect. And then we want the 30mm. Some of these are a little bit long, these hoses, but once you get it in place, you can always cut it down afterwards. But anyway, it goes from there onto the oil filter. Wiggle that on there. Excellent. Yeah, it's lost its shape a little bit. That, we'll see how that goes on. You can always pop some wire in these if you're worried about them not having the shape that you desire. Next we need the 55mm hose pipe, which pops into here. This is 5L. That goes there like so. Then we need 5M, which is this piece. That goes onto here. There we go. That's fixed in place nicely. Excellent stuff. Right, now we need 5N. I believe it's this piece. Yeah, that will go onto the end of here. It is a keel shaped connection. There we go. That snaps there perfectly. That looks great, that. Excellent stuff. Next we need 5O, which is this piece with the red paint on it. This will go here. It's a little awkward because these pipes in there. There we go. That's it. Excellent. It's got a line up there like that. There we can put the hose pipe back on. And then we've got this last piece. Again, yeah, one end is keel shaped, so that will go to this end. There we go. Excellent. Any of these parts come off, you can always glue them into place. Excellent. There we go. That's the engine up to now. Now we need 5D. 5D is this hose pipe, and that will fit on to here. Wiggle it on. If it doesn't want to go on, might have to open it up. Yeah, just open it up with a cocktail stick. And there we go. That's 5D in place. Yeah, I think I'll reshape that one. Well, there we go. That is stage 5 of the engine. Well, there we go. Lots of hose pipes, the oil filter. Yeah, some elbow joints. Yeah, that should be perfect there. Excellent stuff. So there we go. That's everything we've done in stages 3, 4 and 5. There's that steering wheel again, looking absolutely superb. Now obviously this will eventually go onto here, just there like that, looking absolutely brilliant. Fantastic stuff. There we go, folks. There we have stage 3 looking perfect like that. The spoiler from stage 4 will sit on top, and yeah, that looks brilliant. Obviously we don't fit it just yet, all the components to fit. Well, that will fit like that. Looking cool. Yeah, brilliant stuff. You've seen the steering wheel, yeah, with all that beautiful detail on it. That looks absolutely fantastic. And the start of the engine. There we go. That's the engine. Lots of fiddly pipe work on it. Excellent stuff. There we go. So that is it for well, probably for this year actually. So very Merry Christmas and a Happy New Year if I don't see you before. Thanks for tuning in and watching. Stay safe, and hopefully I'll see you in 2026. Thanks again. Bye for now.